Look, I'm going to save you from the kind of travel day that makes grown adults cry in airport bathrooms. Because I have been that person, standing at the gate, watching my flight push back without me, thinking about every single decision I made that morning that led me to that exact humiliating moment. And if you've ever missed a flight, gotten stuck in a security nightmare, or arrived at your destination completely wrecked before your trip even began, you already know what I'm talking about. Today we're going over 12 pre-flight airport mistakes that most travelers keep making over and over again. Not because they're careless, but because nobody ever actually sat them down and explained why these things matter. So consider this that conversation. Stick around because some of these are going to genuinely surprise you, and a couple of them could save you hundreds of dollars on your next trip. Let's get into it. Mistake number 1 is arriving at the airport based on the time someone told you years ago. Here's the thing about that 2-hour rule for domestic flights and 3 hours for international. Those numbers were created before airports became the chaotic, overcrowded infrastructure puzzles they are today. A lot of travelers still operate on whatever timeline their parents used in the 90s, and then they're genuinely shocked when the security line alone eats up 45 minutes. The correct approach now is to look up your specific airport's average wait times, check if your terminal is undergoing any construction or consolidation, and then add a buffer on top of that. Peak travel days like Fridays, Sundays, and holiday weekends can double or even triple normal processing times. Arriving with just enough time is not a flex. It's a gamble. Mistake number 2 is printing your boarding pass the night before and calling it done. Yes, having a printed boarding pass is better than nothing, but here's what people don't realize. Airlines can and do change your gate, your seat assignment, and occasionally your departure time between when you print that pass and when you show up. If you're only working off a piece of paper, you might miss a critical update. The smarter move is downloading the airline's app and keeping your digital boarding pass synced right up until you board. It updates in real time. Your printed backup is fine to have, but it should be exactly that, a backup. Mistake number 3 is wearing the wrong clothes to the airport. This one sounds trivial until you're standing in the security line slowly realizing you're wearing a belt, metal-tipped boots, a jacket with a wire inside the hood, and a watch you forgot about. Taking all of that off, finding a bin, reorganizing it, and then putting it all back on while people behind you quietly seethe is genuinely one of the worst airport experiences available to you. Wear slip-on shoes. Wear minimal metal. Put your watch and jewelry in your carry-on before you even leave the house. Dress for efficiency, and then change when you land, if you need to look good for something. Mistake number 4 is ignoring the TSA pre-check or global entry conversation entirely. So many people hear about these programs, think they sound like something for business travelers, and move on. But here's what that decision actually costs you. Every single time you fly, you're standing in the general security line, taking off your shoes, removing your laptop, pulling out your liquids bag, and waiting behind families who have never done this before and are treating the security checkpoint like a first encounter with modern technology. TSA pre-check costs $85 for 5 years. That breaks down to $17 a year. Global entry is $100 for 5 years and includes pre-check. The time you save on even 2 or 3 trips easily justifies the cost, and the application process, while it does require an interview, is genuinely straightforward for most travelers. Mistake number 5 is leaving your liquid situation to chance. The 3-1-1 rule has been in place since 2006. Liquids in containers of 3.4 ounces or less, in one quart-sized clear bag, 1 bag per person. And yet, every single day, countless travelers either forget about a water bottle at the bottom of their bag, show up with full-size shampoo because they forgot to repack, or don't realize that the airport souvenir olive oil they just bought in the terminal before security counts as a liquid. Know what's in your bag before you get to the checkpoint. Reorganize your toiletries the night before. And if you're someone who always forgets about that water bottle, make a habit of finishing it or tossing it before you reach the security entrance. Mistake number 6 is not checking your passport expiration date until it's too late. This one can be an absolute trip ender. Many countries require that your passport be valid for at least 6 months beyond your intended travel date. So if your passport expires in 4 months, you might technically have a valid passport, but you could be denied boarding for an international flight or turned away at customs at your destination. Check your passport expiration date the moment you book any international travel. Not the week before, not the day before, the day you book. Passport renewal times can stretch to several weeks or longer during busy periods, and expedited services, while available, are expensive and stressful. Now here's where it gets interesting, because the next few mistakes aren't about preparation at home. They're about what you're doing wrong inside the airport itself, and these are the ones that quietly derail even experienced travelers. Mistake number 7 is not double-checking your terminal and gate before you start walking. Airports are not small. Some of them are genuinely the size of small cities. The terminal printed on your boarding pass is where you check in and where security is. But your actual departure gate can be in a completely different area, sometimes requiring a shuttle, a tram, or a walk that takes 15 minutes at a brisk pace. Always look at the live departures board when you enter the airport and verify your gate. Then check it again after you clear security. Gates change. It happens constantly. And walking confidently to the wrong gate and realizing your mistake with 20 minutes to boarding is the kind of experience that takes years off your life. Mistake number 8 is eating or drinking the wrong things before a flight. This sounds like personal preference territory, but it actually has real consequences. High-sodium airport food causes bloating and water retention, which makes long flights significantly more uncomfortable. Carbonated drinks are even worse because cabin pressure at altitude causes gas to expand, and that bloating you feel on a plane is genuinely worse than it is on the ground. Alcohol before a flight dehydrates you faster than usual due to the low humidity cabin environment, and it also disrupts sleep quality even if it initially makes you drowsy. None of this means you can't enjoy anything at the airport. It means being aware of what you're putting in your body before you spend hours in a pressurized metal tube. Mistake number 9 is assuming your carry-on will fit in the overhead bin. Airlines have been cracking down on carry-on size enforcement with increasing intensity, and gate agents now have templates at the boarding door specifically designed to catch bags that are slightly too large. But beyond the size rules, there's a capacity issue. If you're in a boarding group near the end, overhead bin space may already be completely full by the time you board. In that case, your carry-on gets checked at the gate, which is often free, but means you're waiting at baggage claim after all. The solution is to board earlier when possible, know your airline's specific carry-on dimensions, and if you're on a full flight, be mentally prepared for the possibility that your bag might get checked at the gate. Mistake number 10 is not staying hydrated before and during your time at the airport. Airports are air-conditioned environments with low humidity. Your body starts losing moisture just by sitting there. Then you add the stress of travel, which elevates cortisol and increases your breathing rate, and you're dehydrating faster than you realize. By the time you board, if you haven't been drinking water consistently, you're already starting a flight in a low-humidity pressurized cabin, already dehydrated. Bring an empty reusable water bottle through security and fill it at a fountain or bottle filler on the other side. Almost every modern airport has them now. This single habit will change how you feel when you land, especially on longer flights. Mistake number 11 is not knowing your airline's policies before you get to the airport. This is where people lose money and get blindsided in ways that feel completely avoidable in retrospect. Bag fees vary dramatically between carriers. Some charge for carry-ons now, not just checked bags. Change and cancellation policies differ by fare class, and the basic economy ticket you bought because it was $40 cheaper might have restrictions so severe that you essentially have no flexibility at all. Seat selection policies, boarding group rules, rules about what happens if your flight gets delayed. All of this is information that is freely available on the airline's website. and most people simply never read it until they're standing at the check-in counter hearing something they weren't expecting. Mistake number 12 is skipping the mental and physical reset before your flight. This one is different from the rest because it's not about logistics. It's about arriving at your destination as a functional human being rather than a wreck. Most people spend the time before their flight anxiously refreshing their phones, eating stressful food, half running through terminals, and boarding in an already elevated stress state. And then they wonder why travel feels so exhausting. The airport, believe it or not, can be a transition space if you let it be. Get there with enough time that you're not rushing. Sit down. Eat something reasonable. Walk slowly. Do a few minutes of deep breathing before you board. Stretch. Not because it's some wellness ritual, but because air travel is genuinely physically demanding on your body, and how you treat yourself in the 2 hours before boarding directly affects how you feel for the next 24 hours. Let me quickly recap all 12 because I want them to actually stick with you. 1. Stop using outdated arrival time estimates and look up your specific airport's real wait times before you travel. 2. Have a digital boarding pass that updates in real time, not just a printed version you checked in with yesterday. 3. Dress for security efficiency because metal and complicated footwear waste everyone's time including yours. 4. Seriously consider TSA pre-check or global entry because the math genuinely works out in your favor. 5. Sort your liquids the night before and don't assume your bag is clear just because you packed it yourself. 6. Check your passport expiration date the moment you book international travel, not the week before departure. 7. Always verify your gate on live airport boards after clearing security because gates change constantly. 8. Be thoughtful about what you eat and drink before boarding because your body will notice. 9. Know your carry-on dimensions and board early enough that bin space is still available. 10. Bring an empty water bottle and fill it after security to stay hydrated throughout your time at the airport. 11. Read your airline's actual policies for your fare class before you arrive so nothing surprises you at check-in. And 12. Build in transition time to reset mentally and physically before you board, because how you board is largely how you'll feel when you land. Here's the bigger picture point I want to leave you with. Travel stress doesn't start when things go wrong. It starts when you're underprepared for how things actually work versus how you assume they work. Airports are not intuitive. Airlines are not trying to make your life easy. The entire system is designed around efficiency for the operation, not comfort for the passenger. Which means the burden of preparation falls on you. And the good news is that burden is actually pretty light once you know what you're preparing for. These 12 mistakes are things most frequent travelers learned the hard way, through missed flights, confiscated toiletries, dehydration headaches over the Atlantic, and gate sprints they never wanted to run. You now know about all of them before any of that happens to you, and that is genuinely worth something. If you found this useful, drop it in the comments below which one of these you've personally experienced, because I'm willing to bet most of you have a story about at least one of them. And if you're planning a trip soon and want to go deeper on any of these, I've got videos covering airport security tips, how to choose the right carry-on bag, and the full breakdown of TSA pre-check versus global entry versus clear. All of those are linked at the end of this video and in the description. Hit subscribe if this kind of practical travel content is what you're looking for, because we're constantly putting out new videos designed to make your travel experiences smoother, cheaper, and a lot less stressful. And share this one with someone who has a trip coming up, because honestly, this is the kind of thing people wish they'd seen before they needed it. Safe travels, and I'll see you in the next one.